Hi, it's Mitz from My Life Mitz. I hope you are doing well. Okay, so this video I want to do a bit of journaling. I will share some video clips with you of the place that we visited, and it's called the Jogashima Prefectural Park. And yeah, we had a really lovely time. The weather was cloudy, but at the same time, if the sun was beaming, I think it would have been way too hot. So it worked out really nicely. So I will share with you some of the video clips of the actual park, probably near the end of the video, but I did want to do some journaling. I have printed some photos on my home printer, and yeah, it's just regular copy paper from the home, and so there's nothing special. I don't know if I will be using all of the photos, but I wanted to print out some and then also stick some in my other journal. I will be working in this journal over here, and because of the amount of photos, I might end up using a couple of spreads. I'm going to remove these ones out in the back here, and this one over here. Alright, so we went to the Jogashima Park, and then we also, I think it was on the way back. I don't remember if it was on it was on the way back. We stopped by this service area or parking area, and yeah, some of them have stamping stations, and so we stamped one of them out. And this place was really neat. There weren't a lot of people, which is always really nice. We usually, when we try our best to visit parks and things away from Tokyo, because the Tokyo parks are just way too crowded with people. It's just the amount of people, it's expected that it gets a little bit crowded, but on the weekends we try our best to drive out far away from Tokyo so that we don't have to experience big crowds when we go to the park and things like that. And this spot was really, really nice. I think we left kind of early, and like I said, it wasn't like super sunny, or in a way the clouds kind of gave us a break from all the heat in the sun. It was still hot, but it was still very nice. I printed the map out, but I think the map actually is better from the pamphlet here. I'm going to quickly cut out the stamp that we did, or that we took. I need to remember to keep like a small little passport-sized stamp book with me at all times if we end up going to parks and things, because I always experience having like these like stamping stations at the service areas on the highway, and then not having paper or not having my notebook to stamp in, and then I regret not being able to stamp. Okay, and then this is just I think it was from here, so I believe this is from this park. I might be mistaken, but this is just a manhole cover, and I just thought it was really neat that. And I wonder why they have a fire truck as their manhole cover. But yeah, I think from time to time, it depends on like the city and tourist areas that you visit. They have these really interestingly decorated manhole covers. And in and around Japan, I've seen people post the man covers with Pokemon and things like that, and I haven't discovered any yet. Maybe I need to remember to look down. I might have discovered some, but I just haven't seen any. So I wanted to journal a bit. This map is in English, which is really nice because it talks about certain things and certain spots of Jogashima. And so this is what the area looks like, and this is the park part that we visited. And I really don't have a plan in mind, but I did want to do a bit of writing, so I think I'm going to cut this piece out. That's the neat thing about the regular sized traveler's notebook, is that they usually fit the regular pamphlets and things, and you can just cut them out and slide them into place. I think I'll put this one in the middle, and I'll use some washi tape to, maybe I'll use that as a last step. So I did want to layer a little bit, so I have my pieces of stuff here, bits of papers. Oh, this is so pretty. I do have bits of papers collected here and there, but I think for me it's very helpful to have a small selection in one spot, like one package here, so that I can always grab this package of papers and then just kind of add to it as it dwindles down. So let's tape this in. I'll use my tape runner here. So how are you doing? Are you journaling along with me or working on a separate project? I apologize in advance because I probably only have like 20 minutes or so to work on this. Then I have to get going. So I apologize in advance if the video lighting is, it's kind of choppy. So I do want to, like this really neat, I'll put the clip near the end, but all of the trees were kind of slanted, and I've never seen these, or probably have, but I haven't really recognized them. But they're a different type of pine, and I was reading it here, these pine trees. I'll just read this little paragraph here. Heralding the coming of spring, about 300,000 double-flowered daffodils start blooming at the end of January. Their rich, sweet scent embraces all who pass by. Black pine trees growing diagonally due to the strong winds blowing from the sea represent the amazing power of nature. So here's a closer, this is probably a better view compared to the photo that I have taken. But yeah, nobody was here. It was so nice to see that. So we ended up just pulling out our little picnic blanket and brought our food from home, and we just decided to eat lunch here before we headed off to the seaside. And so I think I want to write that little snippet. These are the black pine trees. So we had this We had a Japanese holiday here called Golden Week, and it was really, really nice and relaxing, but at the same time very tiring and exhausting, but glad that it's over and we can we're trying to get back into the routine of things. Kids especially they're having a hard time getting back into the swing of things. I don't know why they timed it this way. The government, they have this spring break, the spring break, and then the new school year starts. And then once the school year starts, you have a couple of weeks of school and adjusting to the, new teachers and new students in your class and whatnot. And then all of a sudden you have another break again, which is the Golden Week break. And so it's like you finally adjust to the new environment, and then you have some time off, and then you kind of not revert back, but I just don't know how or why somebody decided to do it that way. So I will write that blurb separately here. And then I think there was a lighthouse somewhere. I believe I printed the photo of the lighthouse. This one right here, the Awasaki Lighthouse. It was newly built in the year 2000. The Awasaki Lighthouse makes a pair with Jogashima Lighthouse on the west side, and thus it is recognized as a lighthouse in love. Oh, I did not know that. We did not see this lighthouse on the other side that it talks about. We did see the picnic area and the Awasaki rocky shore. It was so interesting and very difficult to walk along the rocks, but these are the ones that I printed. But there was this really nicely laid out path, so it's somewhat smooth that you can kind of walk along this path and get through the rocks. And here you can see there is no path like this one here, but it was still very nice, and just a different scenery. And I think we would definitely go back again, maybe not in the summertime. I don't know, I think it'll be way too hot, but I think the water would be actually quite nice. So I do want to talk about the lighthouse, so I think I'll do it with like the same format with this piece of paper. And I'll just do it like that, maybe. A lot of the times I don't know what I'm doing. I just go with the flow, and I knew when I was reading the pamphlet that I wanted to write these little facts about the Jogashima area, but a lot of the times I really don't know what I'm doing. I'm just kind of going with the flow, and that's the whole fun part of it. Maybe I'll do some of this other washi tape here. And I was thinking of, so I will tip this one in here in the middle, and then I was thinking of doing another, maybe I'll do these ones in one set, because it's kind of like the different scenery that we saw while we were there. And maybe I'll just paste this in the back. I was going to do like a double tip in, but yeah. I seem to have cut out 2 papers when I was cutting out this, which is, I think it worked out really great, because then I can use this as a layering piece, maybe, I don't know. Like that. Oh, I didn't need this clip. It's staying down quite nicely. Yeah, so it worked out really great. So let's stick this down. And I'm going to do it upside down. So what we ended up doing at this park is we just kind of took a nice little, I don't know, would you say hike? But we definitely did a lot of walking across or along the shore here, and the kids looked for fish and living creatures, which was really fun for them. The water was so clear, and I was amazed by that because the water was so clear. Oh, you probably can't tell with that, but there were several couples there taking some wedding photos, so I'm guessing it's quite a popular spot for that kind of thing. The backdrop is quite nice for photos, I think, with the cliffs and the nice little waves that you see. It's definitely relaxing. So I took this map, but I don't feel like it's needed. I might stick it somewhere else. Let's stick this one here. I was going to use these, but yeah, I think this is quite simple and easy. Just stick down some photos and you have your ephemera. Cut out the pieces that you like, gather information from the brochures and things that you can write out, and stick photos on other surfaces as well, just to save you some real estate space on the journal page. There we go. Let's add some tape on the edge there so that we can stick that in. I have some thin washi. I love these bright colors, but I think I'll pass this time and just stick to the more neutral and toned down polka dots, white and black. Sorry, I'm having a hard time finding, oh, there is the edge. And with these, I just create little borders. I love how quiet it is right now. It's very, very relaxing for me this time with you. Let's add a little more tape here so that it's kind of cohesive and it translates to the other side as well. Maybe one up here too. I'm going to have to look at my phone, and I will definitely write the date here, or maybe I'll use the date from the calendar. I don't know if I wrote it in this book. Let's see. Is it this day? I feel like maybe it was this April 18, 19, Friday, 2021 maybe. There's a picture there, so let's see if I have April 21st. I do. It was a Sunday. slightly too big, so I'm gonna rip the top off and stick that in. Okay, so I'm going to do a bit of journaling. I don't know what the time is looking like. I'm probably going to have to go soon, so I will do a bit of journaling, but I will leave you here and say thank you so much for this really short journal with me session, but I'm just very glad that I was able to get this into my journal. And yeah, it's just so nice to be able to have these photos and collections of items and then kind of stick them down onto my notebook. So I appreciate you for being here, and I hope to see you soon. Thank you so much for watching. Bye-bye.